Hello. Oh, nope. It is on. Okay. For some reason, my audio's messing up a little bit. Alright. Mike's better position. Sweet. Well, hello. Welcome to Demon Art Studios. I'm your host, Radel Demon Art, and we are doing some mining and... Oh, there's going to be mining in the background. I want to be mining. We're gonna talk and chit chat about ISC inside Star Citizen maps and apps. You.
Never sat in this one before. As Alpha 323 continues its journey towards becoming Star Citizen's biggest life in the verse as we know it patch yet, we know lots of folks have patiently waited to see one thing above all others, the Misk Raptor. What? The Mobiglass and Star map app. The Mobiglass and newly christened map app.
No, I like the Raptor. Can we go back to the Raptor?
Arrival complete. Welcome.
So the Mobiglass is getting a massive visual.
Hold on. We're not this passing that.
Arrival complete. Welcome.
Okay, one. This is Jomtown. You already know that, and yet you had no guard. Hilarious. I love it. I almost want to recreate this. I love it.
So the Mobiglass is getting a massive visual overhaul for 323.
The version everyone's been living with for years is it kind of does the job, but you can see it's dated now.
So the entire Mobiglass is overhauled from what it was before. It's using a new technology that we've built called cards, and we use cards for other UIs throughout the game. For the Mobiglass, it was a big task to convert because it has a lot of apps in it as well. So we need to convert all of those apps over to the new tech in order for the entire thing to be able to release.
So in 3.23, we've got a really big improvement to the user experience. So everything's designed to look nicer and feel nicer.
Ready to upgrade.
And sadly, we haven't really had all the time we needed to get all the apps there. So you are going to recognize the VMA and the Comms app just as they have always been. But with that package, you're getting all the other apps with a visual update and also functionality updates for some of them.
You've got a completely updated home screen, so you can do things like view your ship, you can see your health, notifications, it's kind of the information you really need to see now.
So we're also getting a fully new health app where you can see all the things that's currently affecting your health and all the stats that you would normally see on your HUD.
Over time, we've added all these cool new things that can affect the player. So we're going to have things like radiation. We've got existing stuff like you can break bones. If you heal yourself, you can potentially overdose. You can have drug effects. All this cool stuff is happening, but it wasn't obvious to the player just walking around what was going on under the hood. So we added this new app where you can track all that stuff.
So the health app is going to be the place to go when, for some reason, you're feeling ill and you just need that extra little bit of information of what do I need to do to take care of myself to get out of this situation. So the contract manager has been in the game for a long time, and it's just grown kind of obvious that it's not doing all the things you need it to.
All the functionality is essentially the same internally, but it needed a visual polish, and also the user experience needed bringing up to date. So there's some new features like you can toggle between illegal missions, you can see what the rewards are going to be ahead of time,
So no more randomly getting attacked by the police, hopefully. It's probably your fault anyway.
Some big improvements coming to the mobiGlas. That's coming in 3.23, but one thing we didn't talk about yet was the star map. We've had the original star map in Star Citizen for a long time, so it was overdue for an update.
Don't get me wrong, like the old Skylink app, it did what it should, but I think it has grown a bit obsolete.
No, death to the old star map!
That's harsh.
The original one just showed the stars and planets and so on, but we wanted to expand on that.
So opening up the star map for the first time in 3.23, you're gonna realize that the star map is not just the star map anymore. It's the everything map.
It's now called Maps app rather than Star Map.
And why did we change it?
Because we now have the interior map, so this shows like your local area, as well as sort of zooming out and showing the star map.
So what is the interior map? It's a bird's eye view of the current environment.
It's a really cool 3D map. So instead of just having a top-down view, this is showing you the actual level.
And it's presented as a fully schematic 3D view in which you can find every relevant point of interest, such as a shop, transit station, hospital, and the like.
You can get them for ships, for landing zones in 3.23. In future, we'll expand on that and add it to more areas.
And if you're not familiar with the location you just arrived to, or you're a new player and you're not familiar with any of them, actually having the spatial awareness of where the things that are relevant to you are is going to provide a giant step up in terms of the experience of the game in general.
As it's fully 3D, you can move around, navigate between floors, zoom in and out, and so on, as you'd expect.
You will see the local area where you're walking around, something you've never been able to do before. Essentially, you'll be able to navigate between all the different rooms and different important areas of the game.
It also offers a way to overlay your own data onto it that is specific to you. So, for example, the location of your mission objective. Custom markers.
You can also use it to plot a route to another location on the map. Drop a marker and navigate to it, so we'll see a line on the map that shows you where you can actually go and where the easiest way to get there.
So on that map, you'll be able to just click any room you want to go to. You can go between the different zones of the area, and you can place a little marker and route all the way there.
So navigating is one of the primary use cases we want to make as robust as we can for 3.23. And so part of that involves providing a variety of fallback cases in order to help you best understand how to get somewhere. So for instance, if we ask the AI system and it can't return you a path via its nav links and nav meshes, we can ask the transit system. And if the transit system says there's a connection between the two zones, then that would help you route.
So at the time of recording, we're having issues loading all the different OCs that's in a big landing zone, for example. So we're looking into these solutions to make sure that you can track from one part to.
All right. So that you're telling me, okay.
So on that map, you'll be able to just click any room you want to go to. You can go between the different zones. A little
primary use cases we want to make as robust as we can for 3.23. And so part of that involves providing a variety of fallback cases in order to help you best understand how to get somewhere. So for instance, if we ask the AI system and it can't return you a path via its nav links and nav meshes, we can ask the transit system. And if the transit system says there's a connection between the two zones, then that would help you route.
So at the time of recording, we're having issues loading all the different OCs that's in a big landing zone, for example. So we're looking into these solutions to make sure that you can track from one part to a fully different part of the area.
Oh, cool. So basically, you're going to be helping me get to the...
So Star Map. Star Map is vastly improved. The main thing we wanted to change was make it a nice user experience. So everything in there has been overhauled.
When you open your map, you'll first of all be confronted with your local area, so you'll see what room you're in and what's close to you. But you can also zoom out and you will see the universe open up in front of you as you zoom out.
From here, we can see the entire verse. We can see all the planets.
Space stations, Lagrange points, all of that good stuff. You can then click on any of those markers and you will be automatically panned and zoomed into them so you can see a little bit more detail about them. If you're zoomed in on a planet, for example, you can zoom in a little bit more and you can start to see the surface locations. So you can see towns, outposts.
You get all the information you need about them. We're adding this new system where you can see all the amenities that are available at that location.
So for outposts, landing zones, and stations, there will be a section here for amenities, which will show you things like whether you can buy weapons here, whether you can buy ships here, whether there's a food court, whether there's a hospital or a clinic. All of these sorts of things you'll be able to see on those box outs, so you'll know which is the most appropriate location to go to. We showed in CitizenCon, obviously, that these display much better now, so you'll see them rotate with the map, and if they've gone behind the planet, they fade out, and if they're in front of your view, they're brighter, so you can see them more easily. So at the moment, if you zoom in, it will eventually get too big and you'll go through, but I am currently working on it so that it will zoom in to the surface and you'll never actually sort of clip through the planet.
And generally, we've tried to make it feel like a much more pleasant user experience, so there's things like items don't disappear off the back of the map anymore, everything's easy to read.
So as always, the star map is what you're going to want to use to route your way through the verse.
You can still set routes as you could in the previous version, but there is a little bit more feedback if there is a problem and you can't set a route, whether you don't have enough fuel or whether it's obstructed.
It's going to be so easy, it's going to be so intuitive for you you click the thing, and there you get the button to say set route. It doesn't always just have the ability to set a route, because you can't always set a route. We will let you know when you can set a route.
There are a few things that are new for this new star map that have not been seen in the old star map. The primary one there would be search. So we now have a list of all locations. So there'll be a little drop down in your top left corner. If you open that up, you can see the full list of locations ordered by what is closest to you. And then you can also type any location and it will appear. So you could type, for example, L1 and all of the Lagrange point ones would appear. So this allows you a lot more flexibility to finding what you're looking for.
I can Oh, I've been wanting that. Yes, finally. Holy crap.
When it's not as sort of, immediately right there when you're at the current view, so you can go all the way across the solar system to look at something completely different.
Star Citizen is a massive systemic game. We've got all this cool stuff going on. We've got multiple players doing things at different times. So we wanted to improve the overall interface from the player to that game world. So a big part of that is the new mobiGlas.
Finally, we've gone to this effort to refactor and do the whole mobiGlas hub from scratch. New maps, new applications, everything is using new tech, and we have a much more flexible and robust system for the mobiGlas under the hood.
When you're playing Star Citizen, it should be a smooth experience. You shouldn't be stuck trying to find whatever it is you need to find at the moment. We're helping you do that with the new apps, making it easier for you to find your missions or to even just find a place in the verse.
Now that we have that framework in place, then it's kind of the sky's the limit in terms of what we can do with it and how many apps we can develop for it. And it's all using new tech, it's clean, it's the way we want it.
The other big new feature is obviously the star map with the brand new interior map as well.
Star Citizen is a game about exploring. It is a game about spacefaring. And even so, even when you're not going around in space, it's still about exploring.
Without the star map, it's really difficult to do that, right? This makes it so much easier to navigate around, to finding what you want and where it is, and how to get there.
Overall, it helps the player interact with the world, get to where they want to, do what they want to do more easily and quickly.
Over.
Definitely.
Oh. I agree.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that Mobiglass is finally converted over to building blocks in the new card system, meaning that Flash, as we know it, has pretty much gone to live on a farm upstate. That the conversion sets the stage for the creation of multiple new apps going forward, and that the new internal map and star map have combined to become simply the Map app. Now, of course, remember that all things you see on ISC are a work in progress, and as any player of Evocati or developer alike may tell you, will continue to iterate between when you see it here and its upcoming release in Alpha 3.23. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you, and we'll see y'all here next week.
Okay, give me one moment. I know they're going to do something funny. I still got a little bit of time. But it makes me wonder, how often does that guy actually have to, like, sit there and, like, okay, I got to sit there and say this stuff out there. And you guys are giving me crap. Okay, so far I like the looks of it. I like how it will be laid out. I'm actually hopeful for it to be like that. Anything right now is a lot better than the setup we got right now. Oh, bloody. That makes you wonder. Makes me wonder why. No, not why. Scratch that. It's a freaking ladder, mate. Come on. Yeah. Why are you going back down? No. Up. I didn't want down. I want up. Death trap. Alright, so great. You're going to be able to zoom in. You're going to be able to do custom markers. You're going to be able to do... Will I be able to put down a marker and warp to it? That's a question I want to know. If I'm able to put down, like, hey, I was at this spot that has a derelict site. Can I put down a marker and warp back to it when I want to go back? Or do I just now have to get close enough and then fly down to it? I mean, it'll be a lot faster nowadays. Wait. Hold on. Did it show... It didn't show anything for, like... There it is.
Navigate between all the different rooms and different important areas of the game.
It also offers a way to overlay your own data onto it.
Let's... Here, planet.
And it can't return you a path via its nav links and nav meshes. We can ask the transit system. And if the transit system says there's a connection between the two zones, then that would help you route.
So at the time of recording, we're having issues loading all the different OCs that's in a big landing zone, for example. So we're looking into these solutions to make sure that you can track from one part of the area. A little marker,
Okay,
and
gives me
route all the way there.
So navigating is one of the primary use cases of the right transit system. And if the transit system can ask the transit system.
There's no marker up
And if the transit system
Looking,
It's user experience. So everything in there has been over.
we can see all the planets.
Space station, outpost, neck, display much. See them more.
User experience. So there's things like
there. Here we go, planet.
Star Citizen
That
is
just
a
gives me
massive
headaches.
systemic game. We've got all this cool stuff going on. We've got multiple players doing things at different times. So we wanted to improve the overall interface from the player to that game world. So a big part of that is the new Mobiglass.
finally we factor and have a much more
Stuck trying to.
we can develop for.
No, what I was hoping for was to actually see a compass system for PlanetSide because, I mean, I don't mind the headings, but I mean, headings is to the person, not to say like, I'm about 5 feet away from you and you're on a completely different heading, or on like 20 meters away or some stuff like
for it, and it's all
Star map.
It not.
All right. This makes it so much easier to navigate around.
I agree.
Well, we learned that Mobiglass is finally converted over to building blocks in the new card system.
that. All right, I'm not overly. I am impressed. Can't wait for an actual. Actually, I already been to that one. That one sucks too. That rock sucked down there as well. Okay. So Mobiglass is great. I can't wait for that. Lag spike. Ooh, that was a big lag spike. All right. I can't wait for the maps. I can't wait for the new look. I mean, Mobiglass is. I mean, right now that's. It's pretty much. Hey, I need the Mobiglass up for a moment. Come on. Hey. All right. Finally. All right. Finally. All right. So let's give the Mobiglass now to. Where's the home? I mean, holy sh. Man, that's not bad looking. That is slick. That is. I mean, I don't know why it tells me O2 tank and suit oxygen. I mean, okay, so I got oxygen in my tank and my suit. How much I got left of me? Fuel, power output. That's some good details. And how much time do I got left to live? 2 and composition of the atmosphere. Great. I mean, okay, so this one is let's see what we got. Ammunition, ordnance, ballistics. Okay, this is the ship vehicle. Ship HUD, which on the old one there is no ship HUD. Heck, the tracked mission status and vehicle status are not even working. So this is good. Reputation, I like. UE, the crime stat, environment. I mean, it doesn't go in the details fully, but I mean, I bet you press that tab, it'll give me more details. I like that. This, the ones on the old one, I mean, you can't even, meh. This one, you can, looks like you can open it. Oxygen, how much fuel you got, your heart rate, body temp, and your health. That's definitely good to know. Any broken bones? This one, I mean, all it showed me was yellow, red, and which I guess is detailed enough. Alright, so yeah. And then down here you got, let's see, down here. Home, health, comms, contracts, maps, journal, assets. Rep, wallet. Oh, it doesn't show you how much cash you got on here. Unlike here. It tells me right here. Tells me right here all my stuff. Ship then haul, please connect to your ship. Oh, cool. Alright, hopefully that works out of the bag. And then you got basically your basic notifications over here. What's that? No, it tells you stuff down here too. I'm guessing this is where all your money is, right down here. Alright. So, I definitely can't wait. This will definitely be an improvement to what we have. And I can't wait to look forward to it. Alright, now watching for the last bit. I gotta definitely have fun with this one.
Hi, I'm not in this episode, but they told me to show you this. I'm not in this episode, but oh Lord, you know, all the companies I work for, the ones that actually can joke and have fun on film, you got to give them some respect too. I mean, that is. I want to download that. Can I download that? Oh, there's all their details. Oh, that was Radel Demon Heart of Demon Heart Studios, as you can see in the on-screen stats. That's my name right there for everywhere. Thank you for joining me, and my first reaction to ISC. I am new-ish to whole streaming and YouTube. If there's enough motion out there for wanting to know more about me, I'd be happy to do a video later. But thank you for joining Demon Heart thank you for joining Radel Demon Heart of Demon Heart Studios. If you find me somewhat mildly entertaining and like half the stuff I do, put a like, follow down at the bottom. It'll be greatly appreciated to get my feet wet and out there and among the stars. I am a multi-gaming streamer.
I'll stream games and anything from Star Citizen, Destiny 2 to, if my son has its way, playing Minecraft with him, because for some reason teenager loves Minecraft. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, it's just a kid can get lost in Minecraft like no one I know. Oh, but then again, I used to be the same way about Ark, so. Again, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time and see more out there for Star Citizen. Later.